Hello, I'm the Crafty Ginger. I'm back with another mini macrame project for you today. And you can put these on like a little Christmas tree or just on a little bathroom wall or kids' room. They're just little micro macrames. This one is a little bit more advanced just because of the number of knots, but it's definitely not above your head. I think you could figure it out even if you're a beginner. So there is a vertical half hitch knot right here. And then these are just left and right square knots. And then this is a diagonal half hitch knot right here. And these are square knots. So you really only need to know 2 knots and plus the lark's head knot, which is super simple. And then I just trimmed it. This one's a little more detailed, so that's why I'm calling it more advanced. Let's talk about supplies. I have this really beautiful soft cotton macrame rope. This is from Rock Mountain Co. I'll put a link below to their shop on Etsy. They also have an Instagram. You're gonna need a piece of driftwood or some type of rod. You're gonna need a comb to comb out the fringe at the end and a pair of scissors. So let me tell you lengths for your rope. You need 16 pieces of rope. So the first 4 pieces are about 30 inches long. That's this shorter piece. Then you need 8 pieces of rope that are 40 inches. So 4 at 30, 8 at 40, and the last one is, 60 inches. So you need 4 of those. 4 at 60 inches, 8 at 40 inches, and 4 at 30 inches. And the reason for this is just to minimize rope waste, so you're just trying to use the least amount as possible. Okay, you need, like I said, 16 ropes. So you're gonna start from the outside. You can see the outside ropes are worked a lot less, so they need to be shorter. Or they can be shorter, they don't need to be shorter. You can cut these all the same length if you're confused. So I have 2 short pieces on this side, that's 30 inches, 2 of those. And then I have 4 of the 40 inches. And then I have the 4 pieces that are 60 inches. And then I'm gonna have 4 pieces that are 40 inches. So let me grab that. See, that's the longest one. And let me show you how to attach these with a lark's head knot. So you're just gonna find the center of your rope. You're gonna put it over your rod or your driftwood, and then bring the tails through. Okay, and I still need to attach 2 more pieces, and those are the shortest pieces, the 30 inches on the far outside. Same thing, just lark's head knot all the way across. Okay, now we have all our pieces on there. Tighten them up a little bit so the lark's head knot is nice and tight towards the top. Okay, now you're gonna need a long piece for working the vertical half hitch knot. This doesn't need to be precise, just cut it however long you think. And if we run out, we can just tuck the tail in the back, or if we run out at the end of the row, we can tuck it in. So let me show you how to do this. You're gonna take the piece you just cut. This is the new piece. You're going to put it behind your rope, the first 2 tails hanging down, and you're going to wrap it around it and pull it through. You're gonna do that twice. That's to secure the knot really well and scooch it up to the top. Let me show you again. Wrap it around the 2 tails and pull the rope through. The first one is a little bit tricky, just you gotta get it nice and snug. Okay, now moving on, same thing, bring the tails in front, wrap it around the 2 tails, pull it through the space you just created. This is no different than a diagonal half hitch, just a little different because you're working across and I'm going left to right. Okay, again, bring these two tails in front, Wrap your cord around the two tails and pull it through the space. You're doing it 2 times. So you're going to end up with what looks like 3 little knots because you already have the lark's head knot. Okay, work your way all the way across until you have 1 complete row of the vertical half hitch. Snugging them up to the top and straightening out your cords as you go. Let me show you what it looks like on this other piece because this has a little better stitch definition. So these ropes are actually 3-ply ropes wrapped together, so you can see this a little better. Remember I said it looks like you have 3 knots. This is the lark's head knot, and then this is your vertical half hitch. There's 2 for each knot. So you're working 1 row all the way across. Go ahead and finish that, and then when we're done, I'll come back and show you how to do the square knots. So you want these ropes to be close together because you can see like right here, you can see that cord in between. So I might take that out and redo it, or just make sure my other ones are nice and tight together so you can't see the cord going through the back. Okay, I have all those done. Now just realize that you've added an extra cord on the end. So when you're counting, we're trying to find the 2 center cords now, or the 4 center cords. Just remember you have an extra cord from that cord that you have going through on the half hitch there. So count those 3, and we're trying to find the center, like I said, the center 4, and we're going to do a left and a right square knot on the center 4. So that's those right there. I'm just going to loop these around the back so you guys don't get confused. Just for a second. Okay. Oops, that one slipped out. All right, so the left-handed square knot is just making that L shape with the far left cord, bringing the right rope over it, through this space right here, pulling the tail through, and then pulling the ends of the rope to snug it all the way up to the top. Now the reverse. Make that L shape in reverse over the 2 anchor cords. Put this far left cord over and bring it through this space right here that you just created. Okay, that's 1 left and 1 right. Now we're going to bring these down. And it's okay that we have this extra cord here because we're just going to trim it. See, on this one you can see this extra cord. That's the extra one, but you can't tell because it just flows into the design. Okay, so now we're going to skip 2 cords. So here's our center we just did. We're going to skip 2 cords on the right hand side and do the same left and right square knot on this set of 4 right here. I'll put these behind. So here's our center, skip 2, and here's our next 4. We're going to do 1 left and 1 right. Okay, same thing over here. There's the center, skip 2, 1 left, and 1 right. Okay, now we have 3 square knots at the top. You can see them here too. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go down and make this diamond pattern. So to do that, you're going to be taking these 2 cords that you left out. So here's our left square knot. We're going to take only the farmost right cords from that set, and we're going to go with those 2 cords we left out unworked. We're going to go left and then a right, or a right and then a left, whatever you prefer. Just make it a square. Okay, snug it up. Now we're taking those 2 out and going with the next 4. Okay, so now we have 3 left and 3 square knots going down. Now we have to work this side because we're going to meet in the center Okay, here's our right square knot. We're gonna take those two most right pieces out, put them aside, and we're gonna work left and a right. Oops, there we go. Okay, straighten it out a little bit. Okay, take these two most right cords out, make a left, and then a right. Okay, now we're back to the center, and now we're going to join the two sides by taking two most right and the two most left cords out. Oh, that didn't end up very even. Okay, let's kind of, there we go. Okay, now a left and a right in the center. And this one should be right below that first square knot you made in the center to make it a nice diamond shape. Okay, now we can take those all down. There we go. So we have our center piece here, our center diamond. Now we're gonna go with the half hitch, diagonal half hitch down the center. So, okay, you're gonna hold this as if it's going toward the center. You're gonna take its neighbor to the right, and you're going to drape it over and then pull it through this space right here. Drape it over, pull it through this space twice. That secures the knot. Okay, takes the next neighbor, drape it over, pull it through. Drape it over, pull it through. Okay, 2 times for each knot, going down in that diagonal shape until we get to the center where those last two, the last square knot is. The small rope is a little bit harder to work with, and this rope is so soft, it just doesn't have hardly any texture, so it's kind of slippery. But I think it's so pretty because it's shiny too, which looks very good for these little Christmas ornaments. Okay, last one, you're just trying to get to the center. And there's 2 anchor ropes, you just want to do the leftmost anchor rope, okay? So we can set those aside so it's visually easier. Same thing on this side, you're going to take the neighbor, right here, the one you didn't work, hold it to the center diagonally. Now drape the tail over and pull it, oops, let me try that again, sorry. Okay, here we go. Drape it over and pull it through. Hope you can see that okay. I'm trying to do it differently than I normally do just so it's easier. Okay, drape it over the lead cord. This diagonal cord is called the lead cord. Do it twice, just as you did before. So everything is nice and tight. Otherwise, it's just like a loop around the rope and it'll come undone. Okay, we're almost back to the center. There we go. Okay, now we're back to the center. Don't worry about this being separated right now. We're gonna do another series of square knots. So at this point we have the inner diamond, we have the outer diamond. Now we're gonna do the third diamond shape, which is just square knots going down, and they're supposed to be, you know, parallel to these other pieces here. So you're going to take out these 3 most outer cords on each side. We're not going to use those at all right now. We're not going to use those at all. So these 4 unworked cords right next to your second diagonal diamond shape, do a left and then a right. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to leave out these 2 cords. You can put them aside, or you can just, you know, grab the next set of 4. Okay, we're going down in that same diagonal shape. Left and right square knot each time. Okay, take out the 2 outermost cords and go with the next 4. And I'm kind of leaving a little bit of space right here. I want these to have a little bit of visual space just so the piece has a little more interest. Okay, take out those 2. Onto the next 4. Left and right square knot. Okay, take those 2 out. And we're going to have the same thing. We're not going to be able to work the center until we get the right hand side done. So I think we're almost to the center. Take those 2 out. Okay, 1 more. If you're using the same number of cords as I am, and you're doing it exactly the same as mine, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square knots on the left, 6 on the right, and then we'll do 1 to bring them together. Okay, now, same thing over here. Take the 4 cords to the right of the diagonal half hitch you did, and complete a left, then a right square knot. Okay, take these 2 outer ropes out, go with the next 4. Again, we're trying to mimic that diamond shape. Okay, I'm just going to finish this up. This is all very repetitive from the left side, and then I'll come back as soon as I'm at the center, and I'll show you how to finish it up and what I did for trimming on mine. Okay, we're at the end step here. So we have our 6 on the left, 6 on the right. We're going to bring them both together with a square knot right in the center to complete it, and pull these pieces together like that. Oops. There we go. Okay. There. Okay. Now grab your sharp scissors. I have these sewing scissors, and I'm going to cut it like that, like I did on the other side. So I want it to be somewhat steep angle. I'm going to start about like that. Okay, and then what I like to do for the other side, so I get it pretty even, is kind of pull these ropes to the center like that, so then I can see how short it needs to be. It needs to be about right there. Okay, now the next set, so I'm just going to kind of trying to get an idea how sharp it needs to be. Okay. Now, okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks pretty nice and diagonal. Let me see. I think it might look better if I brush it out just a little bit to get more of a fringe. So be careful when you're brushing your fringe. You don't want to grab the knots because it'll undo them and then they'll look sloppy. It's going to be hard to rework the knots when the cords are this short. You won't be able to grab everything. I'm going to trim that one little long piece off. There we go. Okay, the last step is just attaching, I did this at the beginning, attaching your little hang piece. And then this will look cute on your tree next to your other little ornaments. So I'm the Crafty Ginger. Thank you for watching. I would say this is like an intermediate pattern. It's not advanced, and I think these look really cute as a series. So if you just have them kind of all staggered together, you know, these are more natural and these are have more of a sheen to them. These two pieces here, these are the same type of cord. So I think these look really cute together, and I'm planning to put these on a little mini Christmas tree in my bathroom. So thanks for watching. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is crafty_ginger. Tag me in your posts so I can see what you've been up to, and I'll comment, and I love seeing all of your work. Thanks for watching. Bye.